Welcome to Massive Beers. My name's Matt. We do beer stuff here, and we do a lot of stuff. Sometimes we like to get a little bit of kitschy, and that's what we're going to do today. Want to do an outdoor beer review. Haven't done one of those in quite some time. Figured, might as well go out and about, maybe even leave the homestead. Review this sucker. There's a rhyme or reason to it. Let's see if you can figure it out. This is sent to me by Pariah Brewing. This is their Juicin Voorhees. It is a Friday the 13th themed beer. This is a double IPA coming in at 8.1%. Hop, hop, hop on the back. As you can see here, it says a whole bunch of lettering. If you want to read that, we're not going to go into it. But yeah, I got to find a spot to review this. Figured I go out and about. Never really did a kind of on location beer review before. So I figured see what my little town here has to offer to see if there's any place that, you know, I don't know, the vibe fits for this beer because, you know, Friday the 13th, a lot of people like that movie. You know, it's one of the seminal horror jams in the history of a horror genre. So, yeah. Let's go this way. See if we can find anything that looks like a good spot to film. Again, I'm going to be the first to admit we'll squeeze through here. Go up this little curve here. I'm not the biggest horror guy in the world, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, I know my fair share of horror stuff. You know, I grew up in the old 80s and 90s, so movies like Friday the 13th, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street, they are kind of something that is just part of what I grew up, you know, watching. Even though I wasn't a big horror person, you know, when you're my age and you have limited options when it comes to what you watch, and you know, there's only 4 or 5 channels back then. You know, you kind of had to make do with what you had available. Yeah, let's go this way. See if there's any good backdrops for us to find. Let's see if we could do. I don't know if there's any place we're gonna find any place really good. Kind of film this thing, so we'll see what's what. Nice day out here in beautiful Blairstown, New Jersey. Let's go this way, actually. Let's make a turn this way. It's getting a little sweaty. Let me put this down there. That makes it a little bit easier. Still don't even use my tripod in my little gimbal here all that well. But yeah, Pariah sent me beers quite often. They sent me, what was it, 3 beers this time. This is the first one I'm actually reviewing of the group. They'll probably all go up. No, that's not true. This one will go up separately. I'll probably post this one today. And the other 2 will go up at the same time. I believe the others, I don't know if they were both IPAs. Or all 3 are IPAs. I forget what the other 2 are. But kind of in the mood for a nice juicy double IPA. So, yeah. Coming up to the main street here. Maybe not the best place in the world to open a can of beer and do a review on the side of the road. But such is life. It's a quaint little town here, Blairstown. It's right, very, very close to where I live. Actually, my mailing address, for those who have sent me beer, you know that my mailing address is Blairstown. I actually live in the town of Hope. But my town is so small that it doesn't have its own post office any longer. Yeah, I think it's a little too loud here to really do something. Probably be a little bit too, I don't know, just a little too loud. So maybe we try somewhere else. Yeah. There's another spot I think might be a nice spot to do this. So yeah. Give it a walk. Head back to the vehicle. we'll do this kind of time warpy magic thing, and we'll see in just a little bit different location in a second. Peace. Okay, we're back. How about that movie magic? So yeah, just took a little ride down the street. Figured this might yield a little bit better kind of location. So yeah, let's see what we make out here. This is actually the town I live in. This is Hope. Yeah, this is kind of like the main intersection of Hope. I'm not quite sure. I don't know what direction we should go. So you have this main strip here. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go this way. See what we have coming on over here. Beautiful little town. I actually love my little town here. It's very, very, very cool. This little antique store here is quite nice. Yeah, has a nice view, you know. Over there, you can see that little view over there is pretty tasty. Busy intersection here, so I'm gonna have to let these cars go through, and then we'll see what's what. Thank you. Always walk fast through crosswalks. Don't dilly-dally. Unless a person tries to run you over, then you walk as slow as you possibly can. So, yeah. Well, it literally is downtown USA. White picket fencey. I don't hate it, though. I really do enjoy it. Beautiful little houses. There's back there, we passed it. I didn't showcase it, but there's an awesome little toy store. Like an old school toy store. It has all these cool little toys. So if you're ever in this area for some reason, pop in that toy store. It's very cool. You wouldn't expect something like that in a small little town like this. Whew. Man, I need to exercise more. Actually, I've lost quite a bit of weight, but it's mostly through chasing my kid around and working on that freaking shed. Past couple weeks I haven't done much on it though, because wasps have invaded a massive home base shed. At least they're living underneath, so every time I walk in and out, they're not all that aggressive, but I'm super scared of bugs. So yeah, that is a church. My wife and I, we aren't religious at all, but that church is where she had her bridal shower. So it was kind of a unique experience. They have like a little hall in there that you can hold like little events in and stuff. And yeah. Anyway, here we are. This is the spot. This is the spot for the review, I believe. A little scenic. What is this, a hemlock tree or an elm? Beautiful tree here. We'll come down, camp right out underneath here. And how about that? That should work nicely. What do y'all think? So yeah, let's sit up and we'll see you in a minute. Okay, we got this all set up. How about that? Finally on the review. It took forever. Juicin Voorhees from Pariah Brewing. Like I said, it's an 8.1% hazy. It's going to be a little bit foamy because it was in a bag getting shook around quite a bit, because that's how this dude rolls. So yeah, that's my fault. I didn't have to carry the thing around with me in a bag this whole time I was walking around, but I did anyway, because this dude's dumb. But if you actually look past that head, that gigantic head, you have what looks like a nice, rich, a little bit darker than typical New England style hazy IPA. As you can see, that is very much a tan colored head. Oh, I think my volume is way too loud. That would suck. Let's see. Let's dial it back a little bit. Oh, I think I might be making it louder. Nope. I think it's just the wind. Hopefully it comes out. We'll see what's what. Anyway. Apologize for that one. There we go. We'll see how she comes out. Anyway. Yeah. What are you going to do when you don't plan these things out? Yeah, nice rich colored body. It looks like a big old hazy. See if we can get a nose on it. Actually has a nice kind of bitterness to it. What is this actually? They call this a character, on top of that the character, despite its elevated strength. In a glass it pours an opaque golden hue with a frothy white head, pungent grapefruit lurking soft tropical fruits on the palate, bringing our seasonal something we great look forward to. It almost smells like a West Coast New England style hazy. Just has this kind of a perception of bitterness on there that with this nice sweet big grapefruit and tropical fruits bursting at the seams. So yeah, let's dive in. Cheers, Neil. Oh, that's sweet and tasty. Very much kind of like a sweeter New England style with a decent helping of West Coast kind of vibes on it. A sharp sweetness that stops short of like cloying or really, really sharp. But there's this nice kind of taut, kind of West Coast kind of bittering to it. And it has this kind of like, it's candied, but not in an overly sweet kind of way. Usually I'm not a big fan of that in New England style hazies. When they get a bit candied, they tend to kind of go outside of my comfort zone. But with the combination of the bitterness, it all kinds of makes sense. So it's definitely like a West Coast influence New England style hazy. Almost like has like, I want to say like a bunch of old school C's in it, whether it be Chinook or Cascade or something along those lines kind of inside of it. And the mouthfeel is full enough and rich enough for it to be something that is soft, but at the same time drinkable. So it's not overly aggressively like pillowy or fluffy. It has this kind of drinkability to it. So you're talking about 8.1%. You're talking about something that comes off aggressive as far as a bittering for a New England style hazy, but still bringing those juice characteristics. And when you combine that kind of little bit of candied kind of sweetness in combination with that kind of nice kind of bittering, it all kind of makes sense. And once you put in that inside that little bit of a drinkable package, not too bad. So yeah, I dig it. I think it's tasty. I think it's fun. It was a fun little beer to drink, and not so little beer to drink. Fun little review to make, you know. For those that haven't caught on yet, I actually live. Probably a lot of people don't know because a lot of people are big horror people, but I live in the area where Friday the 13th was filmed. And that was the whole kind of shtick for this video. Is basically all the locations I kind of walk through and kind of walk past. If somebody's like a huge Friday the 13th buff, they're gonna get it. And that's the graveyard from the opening scene where Annie gets dropped off by Enos. You know, that's the place. So, and we walk through the tunnel and the bridge and the water and all that fun stuff. I figured it'd be fun. Poopy note though is I kind of reached out to Camp Crystal Lake and the Blairstown Museum, which actually, if you watch the clip, you'll actually see it kind of walk past the Blairstown Friday the 13th Museum. I asked them, they'd be like, "Hey, can you help me out with this?" Nothing. Got nothing from them. I was like bummed. I was like, "Come on, man. Promotion for you, something fun for me." But we had fun with it either way. So thank you very much, Brian, for sending this off. A very fun beer. I know a couple people have gotten these beer review-wise, so I'm kind of curious what they think. But have you guys had Pariah's beers, more specifically all on the East Coast now that they're existing out of Baltimore, kind of moving completely away from San Diego? It's probably a new experience for a lot of you out there. So have you had this beer, or have you had a bunch of Pariah? What are your thoughts on them? What are your thoughts on this beer? Let's do it down there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you enjoyed this little tour. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers, y'all.